Close your eyes now, and let the gentle rhythm of my voice carry you away to a land of ancient whispers and sun-baked stone. Imagine, if you will, a journey into the heart of Africa, where the air hangs heavy with the scent of acacia and the distant calls of unseen birds. We are traveling to a place shrouded in mystery, a place of forgotten empires and towering ruins, Great Zimbabwe. Picture yourself walking slowly, the warm African earth beneath your feet. The sun, a hazy orange orb sinking towards the horizon, paints the landscape in shades of gold and rust. Before you, rising slowly from the landscape, are the massive walls of Great Zimbabwe. These aren't just any walls. They are built of granite, blocks of stone so perfectly fitted together, it seems almost impossible that they were constructed without modern tools. They reach towards the sky, a testament to the skill and ingenuity of a people lost to time. The builders, we believe, were ancestors of the Shona people. Over centuries, from around the 11th to the 15th century, they painstakingly crafted this city, a city not of wood and mud, but of enduring stone. Imagine the countless hours of labor, the meticulous planning, the collective effort required to raise these magnificent structures. Think of the hands that shaped these stones, the sweat that beaded on their brows under the relentless African sun. They worked not with mortar, but with skill and precision, relying on a deep understanding of the land and its resources. As you wander through the ruins, you might imagine the bustling life that once filled these spaces, the sounds of people going about their daily lives, the rhythmic thud of stone against stone as artisans continued their work, perhaps the soft laughter of children playing, the murmur of voices engaged in quiet conversation. This was a center of trade, a place where gold, ivory, and other precious goods were exchanged. It was a city of power and influence, a testament to the sophistication and organization of its inhabitants. These walls, these towers, were not just functional. They were symbolic. They were a reflection of the power and prosperity of the kingdom, a visible representation of their belief systems and their connection to the earth. The craftsmanship is breathtaking. The precision of the stonework, even today, is astounding. You can almost feel the energy of the past clinging to these ancient stones, whispering stories of kings and queens, of rituals and ceremonies, of lives lived and dreams pursued. As darkness descends and the stars begin to prick the velvet African night sky, a sense of tranquility settles over the ruins. The silence is broken only by the gentle rustle of leaves and the chirping of crickets. Here, amidst the ghosts of a forgotten empire, you feel a deep connection to the past, a sense of wonder at the resilience of human spirit, and a peaceful understanding of the passage of time. Let the calm of this ancient place wash over you. Now, sleep soundly and dream of Great Zimbabwe. The setting, a land of granite and gold. Imagine the landscape, rolling hills, vast grasslands stretching as far as the eye can see, and towering granite boulders, ancient sentinels standing guard over the land. This is where our story unfolds, a land kissed by the sun and caressed by the wind. Picture yourself there, if you will, feeling the gentle warmth of the sun on your skin, the soft breeze whispering secrets through the tall grasses. The hills, rounded and smooth from centuries of wind and weather, rise and fall like the gentle breathing of a sleeping giant. Patches of wildflowers, in colors as soft as a summer twilight, dot the landscape, their delicate petals swaying in the breeze. The air is clean and crisp, carrying the scent of sun-baked earth and wildflowers. A hawk circles lazily overhead, its silhouette a dark etching against the vast, pale sky. Further on, the grasslands unfurl, a sea of green and gold, stretching towards a distant horizon. Herds of grazing animals dot the landscape, their quiet movements a peaceful rhythm in the stillness. The sound of their hooves on the earth is a soft percussion, a subtle lullaby accompanying the whispering wind. Sometimes, a lone coyote's howl drifts across the plains, a melancholic sound that adds to the quiet majesty of the place. And then there are the boulders, gigantic gray granite boulders, some as big as houses, scattered across the land like giant fallen stars. They are weathered and worn, etched with the stories of time, their surfaces smoothed by countless years of wind and rain. Lichens in hues of green and orange cling to their sides, adding to their ancient, mystical appearance. These boulders are not just rocks. They are the bones of the land, silent witnesses to the passing of ages. They stand in quiet contemplation, their massive forms a testament to the enduring power of nature. The sun begins its slow descent, painting the sky with colors of apricot and rose. The granite boulders catch the last rays of sunlight, turning them into fiery beacons against the deepening twilight. Long shadows stretch across the grasslands, blurring the edges of the hills and softening the harsh outlines of the land. The air cools gently, carrying with it the scent of damp earth and wood smoke. A sense of peace settles over the land, a quiet stillness that speaks of rest and rejuvenation. It is a place of quiet beauty, a place of ancient secrets, a place where time seems to slow its relentless pace. Close your eyes now and feel the gentle rhythm of this land. Feel the peace of this place settling over you, easing you into a restful slumber. Now, drift away with me as we journey back to a time long past, to the enigmatic land of Great Zimbabwe. Imagine, if you will, the late 19th century. Europeans, explorers driven by curiosity and a thirst for the unknown, were slowly pushing further into the interior of Africa. Their maps were still incomplete, their understanding of the continent's history even more so. And then they stumbled upon it, Great Zimbabwe. The sheer scale of the stone structures, the intricate craftsmanship, the very presence of such a sophisticated city in this seemingly remote location left them utterly speechless. Initially, it was a whisper, a rumor amongst travelers, tales of a vast, ancient city built of stone, unlike anything they had ever seen. These early encounters were often fraught with misunderstanding and misinterpretation, colored by the prevailing prejudices of the time. The sheer audacity of the architecture, defying their preconceived notions of African capabilities, led to a cascade of theories, many wildly inaccurate and, frankly, quite offensive. Some early explorers, blinded by their own biases, dismissed the possibility that the builders were African. They proposed instead that the city was built by outsiders, Phoenicians perhaps, or even the lost tribes of Israel. These far-fetched notions were fueled by a deep-seated belief in the inherent inferiority of African civilizations, a prejudice that tragically distorted the historical narrative for many years. The idea of an advanced, sophisticated African society capable of such monumental feats of engineering seemed inconceivable to them. Fantastic tales began to circulate. Stories of Queen of Sheba's lost treasures, hidden within the imposing walls. Whispers of ancient kings and untold riches, fueling wild speculation and adventurous expeditions. These narratives, often embellished by the sheer thrill of discovery, captivated European audiences, shaping an image of Great Zimbabwe as a mystical place, shrouded in legend and mystery. Detailed drawings and photographs started to emerge, slowly revealing the majesty of the structures. The towering conical towers, the seemingly endless walls, the sophisticated irrigation systems, all pointed to a highly organized and advanced society. But the interpretation remained clouded by the pervasive colonial worldview. Even as evidence began to accumulate, the tendency to look for explanations outside of Africa persisted for quite some time. Yet, slowly, painstakingly, the truth began to emerge. Careful archaeological investigation, a patient piecing together of fragments of history, began to reveal a different story. One built not on fantasy, but on the solid foundation of careful study. The sophisticated agriculture, the elaborate social organization, the intricate stonework, these were all undeniable signs of a vibrant, independent African civilization. A civilization that thrived for centuries, leaving behind an enduring legacy in the form of Great Zimbabwe, a testament to African ingenuity and resilience. As you drift off to sleep, let the image of Great Zimbabwe, slowly unveiled from the mists of time and misconception, linger gently in your mind. Imagine, if you will, a landscape sculpted by time, a land bathed in the warm glow of the African sun. Here, nestled amongst the rolling hills and whispering grasses, stands a testament to human ingenuity and patience, the Great Enclosure. Picture its massive walls, not a haphazard jumble of stones, but a carefully orchestrated symphony of granite. Each stone, selected with meticulous care, fits perfectly into its place, a testament to the unwavering skill of the builders. Think of the hands that shaped this wonder, hands weathered by sun and toil, hands guided by an understanding of stone that spanned generations. These weren't hurried, frantic movements. This wasn't a race against time. No, this was a slow, deliberate dance, a careful choreography of human effort. Each stone, a weighty participant in this grand project, was lifted, turned, and placed with an almost reverent precision. Imagine the quiet rhythm of their work, the rhythmic thud of stone meeting stone, a sound that echoed across the plains as the sun climbed higher in the sky. The walls themselves are a marvel to behold, rising upwards in a gentle curve, their height dwarfing the surrounding landscape. They weren't simply stacked. The builders employed a technique of dry stone masonry, meaning no mortar was used to hold the stones together. The precision of their work is breathtaking, each stone perfectly fitted to its neighbor, a demonstration of profound understanding of weight distribution and balance. One can almost feel the weight of these ancient stones, each one bearing the silent witness of countless years. Picture the men and women who toiled on this colossal undertaking. They moved like dancers, their movements learned and practiced over years, their cooperation honed to perfection. The air would have hummed with a low, quiet energy, the shared purpose, the quiet concentration, the gentle rhythm of teamwork. This was a community effort, not a frantic building competition, but a measured, considered construction undertaken with a patience that is almost unimaginable today. Imagine the sun setting each evening, casting long shadows across the growing walls, painting the granite in hues of gold and orange. The workers would rest, tired but satisfied, their bodies aching but their spirits buoyed by the progress made. The stars would emerge, offering a silent vigil over their work, while the moon bathed the stones in a silvery glow, watching over their peaceful slumber. Day after day, year after year, they continued their work, the steady progress of their hands shaping the landscape, crafting a monument to human endurance and skill. The Great Enclosure was not built in a rush, but in a slow, deliberate symphony of craftsmanship and unwavering dedication. And as the work continued, each stone a small, silent testament to the power of shared vision and meticulous execution. And as you drift to sleep, let the image of the Great Enclosure, a testament to unwavering skill and quiet perseverance, rest gently in your mind. The sun dips low, casting long shadows across the courtyard, painting the stone a warm, honeyed hue. Imagine, if you will, the royal residence. Not just the grand facade, but the quiet spaces within, where history unfolded, not in dramatic bursts, but in the gentle rhythm of daily life. Picture the kitchens, warm and alive with the scent of roasting meats and simmering stews. Servants move with practiced ease, their footsteps hushed on the flagstone floors, a gentle murmur of conversation weaving through the air. They prepare feasts for royalty, simple meals for the household staff, their work a steady, rhythmic heartbeat within the palace walls. Think of the children, perhaps, playing in the sun-drenched gardens. Their laughter, a delicate chime, echoes softly amongst the roses and lavender. They chase butterflies with bright, curious eyes, unaware of the weight of lineage or the burden of expectation that may one day fall upon their shoulders. Their simple games are a vibrant counterpoint to the hushed diplomacy and courtly intrigue that takes place beyond the garden walls. Within the chambers themselves, a different kind of quiet reigns. Imagine a young queen, seated by the window, a tapestry needle in her hand. The soft glow of the setting sun illuminates her profile, highlighting the gentle curve of her cheek and the thoughtful furrow of her brow. She stitches a silent meditation, her thoughts drifting to her kingdom, her family, her hopes for the future. The weight of a crown rests lightly on her head, a symbol of power perhaps, but also a reminder of the constant responsibilities that lie before her. Now, let your mind wander to the libraries. Dust motes dance in the golden afternoon light filtering through arched windows, illuminating rows upon rows of ancient texts bound in leather and vellum. Scholars pore over manuscripts, their faces illuminated by the flickering candlelight, lost in worlds of history, philosophy, and lore. The rustle of turning pages is the only sound, a gentle whisper in the grand stillness. Picture the servants making their nightly rounds, checking bolts and latches, ensuring the safety of the royal family. They walk silently, their footsteps a soft percussion in the vast halls. They know the palace intimately, every creak, every shadow, every hidden passage. Their quiet diligence is the unseen foundation upon which the grandeur of the residence is built. In the quiet stillness of night, the palace seems to breathe, the stone walls holding the echoes of centuries past, whispers of laughter, sorrow, triumph, and defeat, all interwoven into the very fabric of the building. The rhythmic ticking of a grandfather clock, the gentle sigh of the wind, these are the sounds that lull the palace to sleep. And within those slumbering walls, the dreams of kings, of courtiers, and servants all drift into the night, leaving only the gentle murmur of history to fill the silence. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the landscape, people would begin their slow ascent. They were making their way to the hill complex, a place of quiet reverence, nestled gently into the rolling hills. It wasn't a grand, imposing structure, but rather a series of carefully arranged spaces, each with its own subtle purpose, whispering secrets to the wind. The main path, worn smooth by countless footsteps over generations, wound upwards. Low stone walls, weathered by time and the elements, lined either side, guiding you towards the heart of the complex. These walls, some barely higher than your knees, weren't meant to keep anyone out, but rather to define spaces, to create a sense of order within the gentle chaos of nature. At the summit, a large flat area opened up. Here, the largest of the structures sat, a circular arrangement of standing stones, their surfaces worn smooth by touch and time. These weren't towering monoliths, but rather stones of modest height, perhaps 5 or 6 feet tall, each one carefully placed, their positioning perhaps reflecting a celestial alignment, a silent conversation with the stars above. Some scholars believe that these stones marked significant dates in the agricultural calendar, perhaps points where the community would give thanks for a bountiful harvest or beseech the spirits for rain during a dry spell. Beyond the central circle lay a series of smaller, more intimate spaces. Some were simply clearings, carefully swept of debris, places for quiet contemplation, where one could sit and feel the pulse of the earth beneath their feet. Others were marked by smaller stone arrangements, perhaps representing family units or clans, each with its own small offering to the spirits. Imagine the soft rustle of leaves, the scent of pine and damp earth, the gentle murmur of prayers carried on the breeze. The prevailing theory suggests that the hill complex was a place for communal gatherings, for rites of passage, and for honoring the spirits of the land and ancestors. It wasn't a place of fear or sacrifice, but of respect and remembrance. The people who used this space weren't driven by superstition, but by a deep understanding of their place in the natural world, a connection that sustained them through the seasons. One can imagine children, their laughter echoing softly against the stone, running freely amongst the stones, their parents watching with gentle smiles. Older individuals, their faces etched with the wisdom of years, might sit in quiet contemplation, their hands tracing the grooves on the ancient stones, communing with the spirits of their forebears. The very layout of the site speaks volumes. The gentle curve of the path, the careful placement of the stones, the subtle shifts in elevation, all were intentional, designed to evoke a sense of peace and tranquility. It wasn't just a functional space, it was a carefully crafted environment, designed to nurture the spirit and foster a profound connection to the land. As night falls and the stars begin to twinkle, you can almost hear the whispers of generations past, carried on the evening breeze, a soft lullaby inviting you to rest. The hill complex, in its quiet majesty, continues to speak to us, a testament to a people's profound connection to the earth and to each other. Imagine yourself drifting down a gentle river, the current carrying you softly towards the valley ruins. The sun, a hazy orange ball, dips below the horizon, casting long shadows across the ancient stones. The air is still, carrying only the whisper of the wind through the crumbling walls. This is where life once thrived, a bustling city humming with the everyday rhythm of its people. Picture a young woman, her name lost to time, but her life etched in the faint traces of her dwelling. She rises with the dawn, the first rays of sun painting the dusty floor of her small square room. The air is cool, but the warmth of the day is already creeping in. She sweeps the floor, a simple act, yet a testament to the care she took in her small space. The tools she used, worn smooth by years of use, are now scattered amongst the rubble, telling silent stories of her diligence. Perhaps she was a weaver, her nimble fingers expertly working threads into cloth. Her loom now a shattered frame, a ghost of its former function. The colors of her work, though faded by time, can still be glimpsed in the fragments of fabric found here and there, muted echoes of vibrant hues. Across the narrow street, smoke curls lazily from what was once a baker's oven. The scent, long gone, can almost be felt. The warmth of freshly baked bread, the sweetness of honey cakes. Children's laughter, now just a memory, seems to echo faintly between the fallen stones. They played games in the sun-drenched squares, their carefree shouts carried on the breeze, their simple toys now broken remnants mixed with the earth. Their small, sturdy homes, once packed closely together, now stand as scattered fragments, silent witnesses to childhood's fleeting joy. Further down, closer to the river, the rhythmic clang of a blacksmith's hammer once filled the air. The forge, now a collapsed heap of stone and ash, speaks of the strength and skill of the artisans who worked there. Their tools, heavy and worn, lie scattered amongst the debris, hinting up of hard work that went into shaping the city's metalwork. Perhaps they crafted tools for the farmers or weapons for the city's defense. Their presence is felt in the very stones, bearing witness to their unwavering dedication. As the sun climbs higher, the city wakes. People move through the streets, their lives woven into the fabric of their community. Merchants call out their wares from stalls. Farmers bring their harvests to the market. Priests perform their rituals in the temple's shadowed depths. Every corner, every ruined building holds a story waiting to be rediscovered. A cracked pottery shard bears the traces of a beautiful design, telling tales of artistic expression. A child's tiny worn bone doll rests peacefully amidst the dust. A broken arrowhead, a testament to a hunt or a battle, lies near the skeleton of a loyal hunting dog. The valley ruins are more than just crumbling stones. They are a collection of whispers, echoes of a life lived fully, a city brimming with the sounds, smells, and textures of a vibrant past. It is a testament to the enduring human spirit, a reminder that, even in decay, beauty and life once flourished. And as you drift further into sleep, may you carry with you the gentle rhythm of that ancient city, the silent stories whispered on the wind. As the sun dipped low over the vast African plains, casting long shadows across the stone walls of Great Zimbabwe, life continued for the Shona people. Imagine, if you will, the gentle rhythm of their days unfolding. They were not a single unified kingdom, but rather a collection of related groups, bound together by shared language, beliefs, and a deep connection to the land. This land, rich and fertile, provided everything they needed: the grasses for their cattle, the minerals from the earth, and the fruits and vegetables that sustained them. Their social structure was carefully organized, built upon kinship and respect for elders. Family was paramount. Extended families, often including grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins, lived together in carefully constructed villages, supporting one another through thick and thin. The homestead, a cluster of circular huts made of mud and thatch, was the heart of their world, a place of warmth, security, and shared experiences. The rhythm of daily life, the tending of crops, the herding of cattle, the crafting of pottery, was a shared responsibility, a gentle dance of cooperation. The village elders, respected for their wisdom and experience, held significant influence in the community. They were the keepers of tradition, the arbiters of disputes, and the guardians of the oral history that was so vital to their culture. Stories, passed down through generations, kept the memory of their ancestors alive, weaving a tapestry of myths, legends, and practical knowledge. These stories weren't just entertainment. They were a map of their world, guiding their actions and shaping their understanding of themselves and the universe. Their artistic skills were remarkable. Consider the intricate designs carved into the soapstone figurines, reflecting a deep understanding of their environment and beliefs. The skill of their metalworkers was also highly prized, creating exquisite jewelry and tools from iron and copper. Their pottery, often decorated with geometric patterns, served both practical and decorative purposes. These objects were more than just functional items. They held a sense of history and identity, connecting them to their past and to one another. Trade played a crucial role in their lives. Gold, copper, and other valuable goods traveled along established routes, connecting Great Zimbabwe to a wider network of societies. This exchange wasn't just about acquiring material goods. It was a way of building relationships, fostering alliances, and sharing ideas and cultural practices. The movement of people and goods across the landscape kept the spirit of community alive, even as the various Shona groups maintained their own unique identities. As the night deepened and the stars twinkled brightly above, the gentle hum of conversation likely drifted from the homesteads, a comforting sound carrying the weight of their daily life. The rhythms of their lives, the seasons, the cycles of the sun and the moon, the growth and harvest of their crops, became the backdrop for a complex and deeply meaningful culture. And within that tapestry, Great Zimbabwe stood as a testament to their ingenuity, their resilience, and their enduring connection to the land. Drift off now, feeling the tranquility of this ancient land. Let the quiet rhythm of the Shona people lull you into a peaceful sleep. Imagine, if you will, the sun setting over the vast plains surrounding Great Zimbabwe. The air, warm and still, carries the scent of dust and distant wood smoke. As darkness settles, the hum of daily life fades, replaced by the chirping of crickets and the soft rustle of leaves. But even as the city sleeps, the echoes of its bustling trade networks linger in the air. For centuries, Great Zimbabwe wasn't just a magnificent city of stone. It was a crucial hub, a crossroads where people and goods from far and wide converged. Picture caravans slowly making their way across the landscape. These weren't just random travelers. They were part of a well-established system, carrying precious goods across hundreds of miles of African terrain. From the south, they might bring ivory, painstakingly carved from the tusks of elephants, reflecting the power and prestige of the city's rulers. Imagine the skilled artisans, their hands carefully shaping the ivory into intricate ornaments, symbols of wealth and status. These weren't just objects, they were stories, carrying with them the weight of tradition and skill. Gold, shimmering and alluring, also flowed into Great Zimbabwe. Think of the miners, their faces dusted with the precious metal, working tirelessly in the mines. The gold was meticulously smelted and crafted into intricate jewelry, dazzling ornaments, and perhaps even used to decorate the imposing stone walls of the city itself. The gleam of gold represented prosperity, connecting Great Zimbabwe to a wider world of trade and influence. But it wasn't just luxury items that moved across these vast distances. Everyday necessities like beads, pottery, and tools traveled alongside the more precious commodities. These items tell a story of the daily lives of the people involved, connecting communities and fostering cultural exchange. Think of the intricate patterns on the pottery, perhaps reflecting local designs and beliefs, and the tools, silently speaking of the ingenuity of their creators. The networks extended far beyond the borders of what we now call Zimbabwe. To the east, connections stretched towards the Indian Ocean coast, a gateway to the wider world. Imagine ships, their sails billowing in the sea breeze, carrying goods from distant lands. Perhaps porcelain from China, silks from India, or even glass beads from Europe, all making their way to the heart of southern Africa. These journeys weren't simple. They required planning, skill, and resilience, reflecting the extensive trade routes that connected Great Zimbabwe to the global trade networks of its time. And what of the influence? The arrival of these goods, the movement of people, and the exchange of ideas all helped shape the culture and society of Great Zimbabwe and the surrounding regions. Think of the artisans adapting their skills, blending local traditions with new techniques and materials. The influx of foreign goods wouldn't have been simply about economic advantage. They would have influenced fashion, art, beliefs, and even political power structures. The trade networks weren't just economic arteries, they were cultural veins, carrying ideas and innovations across the landscape. As the stars begin to gleam brighter, picture the city's inhabitants, perhaps enjoying a moment of quiet as the day ends and the night begins. The memory of the day's trade, the coming and going of goods, continues to weave its narrative in the quiet night, a reminder of the intricate connections that linked Great Zimbabwe to a wider world and shaped its identity for centuries. Let these images fade slowly as you drift off into a peaceful sleep. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the stone walls of Great Zimbabwe. The city, once a bustling center of power and trade, was beginning its long, slow decline. It wasn't a dramatic collapse, a sudden earthquake, or a devastating war that brought about its end. Instead, it was a gradual fading, a quiet retreat from the vibrant life that had pulsed within its walls for centuries. Imagine the changing seasons, year after year, mirroring the city's own transformation. The rains, once reliable, began to falter. The fertile lands surrounding Great Zimbabwe, once teeming with crops and livestock, started to yield less. The people who had built this magnificent city found themselves facing a creeping challenge: the struggle for sustenance. The once plentiful resources, the foundation of their prosperity, were slowly dwindling. Think of the intricate network of trade routes, once vibrant with the movement of gold, ivory, and other precious goods. These routes, vital arteries of the city's economy, started to weaken. New trade centers emerged, drawing merchants and resources away from Great Zimbabwe. Perhaps rival kingdoms rose in the distance, offering more attractive opportunities or presenting new challenges. The slow shift in trade patterns subtly starved the city of its economic vitality. The magnificent buildings, those towering stone structures that stood as testaments to the city's ingenuity, were slowly losing their luster. The skilled artisans whose hands had crafted these wonders began to disperse, seeking livelihoods elsewhere. Their knowledge and expertise, carefully passed down through generations, started to fade as families moved in search of a more secure future. Each departing artisan represented a small but significant loss, a diminishing return in the city's ability to maintain itself. The elite, the rulers, and the wealthy initially held on, but even their power couldn't completely stem the tide. The dwindling resources forced them to make difficult choices, to redistribute what little remained, perhaps leading to internal strife and weakening the fabric of their authority. As the city's resources continued to fail, the once strong central power struggled to maintain control. The soil, once rich and dark, began to lose its fertility. The evidence suggests a gradual process of deforestation, perhaps linked to overgrazing and unsustainable farming practices. This led to soil erosion and a decline in agricultural yields. It was a slow, creeping process, but one that profoundly impacted the city's ability to support its population. The once fertile lands, slowly turning barren, became a silent witness to the city's demise. As the population dwindled, the city's energy subsided. The once bustling marketplaces quieted. The rhythmic sounds of daily life, once a constant hum, faded into an almost imperceptible whisper. Houses were abandoned, and the grand structures of Great Zimbabwe gradually fell into a quiet disrepair. The slow, steady march of time left its mark, not in a dramatic upheaval, but in a quiet, gradual emptying of the city's heart. The abandonment of Great Zimbabwe was not a sudden, dramatic event, but a slow, deliberate retreat. Each family's departure was a tiny ripple, but collectively, these ripples formed a powerful wave that gradually washed away the bustling metropolis, leaving behind only the silent echoes of a once great civilization. The stones remained, however, standing as silent witnesses to a past both magnificent and profoundly complex. And now, as you drift toward sleep, imagine the stillness of the abandoned city, the quiet dignity of its decay. Now, as the embers of the day fade, let's drift gently towards some of the enduring mysteries that still surround Great Zimbabwe. We've explored its grandeur, its intricate stonework, and its vibrant past. But even the most meticulous research leaves us with questions, quiet whispers from a time long gone. One of the most intriguing puzzles is the sheer scale of the construction. How did the builders, without the aid of modern tools or machinery, manage to move such massive stones with such precision? We see the perfectly fitted blocks, The soaring walls, the elegant curves, a testament to incredible skill and organization. Did they use levers and ramps? Did they have a deeper understanding of engineering than we currently credit them with? The answers remain elusive, lost in the sands of time. Then there's the question of the people themselves. We know that various groups inhabited the city over centuries, but the precise identities and relationships between these groups are still debated. Were they all related? Did different groups contribute to the construction at different times? Did they coexist peacefully? Or were there periods of conflict and upheaval? The archaeological evidence offers clues, fragments of pottery, remnants of tools. But a complete picture remains out of reach, a tantalizing glimpse into a complex social tapestry. The purpose of some of the structures also continues to fascinate. We understand the function of the residential areas and the Grand Enclosure, but other buildings remain enigmatic. What was the purpose of those smaller, more secluded structures? Were they ceremonial sites, storage facilities, royal residences? The absence of clear inscriptions or written records leaves us to interpret their function based on their layout and the artifacts found within, a process filled with both excitement and uncertainty. The city's abandonment, too, presents a challenge. Why did the inhabitants leave Great Zimbabwe? Was it a gradual process or a swift exodus? Did environmental factors play a role, like shifts in climate or the depletion of resources? Did internal conflicts or external pressures force their departure? Did they simply move to a new location, taking with them the knowledge of their sophisticated construction techniques and leaving behind only the stone whispers of their past? And finally, there's the matter of the city's name itself. Great Zimbabwe is a relatively recent designation. What did its inhabitants call their magnificent creation? Did they have a name that reflected their beliefs, their aspirations, their connection to the land? The silence of the past keeps this precious piece of information hidden, a lost word echoing in the vast expanse of history. These mysteries, however, are not defects. They are the essence of Great Zimbabwe's enduring allure. They invite us to ponder, to speculate, to delve deeper into the past, to exercise our imaginations and fill in the blanks with careful consideration of the evidence at hand. They remind us that history is not a neatly packaged narrative, but a journey of discovery, a tapestry woven with both known facts and delightful unknowns. So let these questions lull you into a peaceful slumber, the quiet echoes of a remarkable civilization fading gently into the stillness of the night. Sleep well. Imagine, if you will, the slow, deliberate work of uncovering a secret. Not a secret hidden in a locked chest, but a secret whispered by the very stones themselves, a secret buried for centuries beneath the African sun. This is the story of Great Zimbabwe and the ongoing process of understanding its past through the careful hands of archaeologists. For many years, the towering stone structures of Great Zimbabwe remained shrouded in mystery. Speculation ran wild, fantastical tales of ancient queens and lost civilizations woven into the very fabric of the narrative. But the true story, as it's slowly being revealed, is far more intricate, far more compelling in its quiet majesty. Recent excavations have painstakingly unearthed countless artifacts, each a tiny piece of a vast puzzle. Consider the shards of pottery, meticulously pieced together, revealing intricate designs, telling of sophisticated craftsmanship and a deep understanding of aesthetics. Each pot, each bowl, a silent witness to daily life, speaks of meals shared, stories told, and lives lived within the walls of this magnificent city. Then there are the beads, tiny but significant. Glass beads, some originating from faraway lands, tell of intricate trade networks connecting this remote place to a wider world. Imagine the journeys these beads undertook, carried across vast distances, their value transcending mere monetary worth, representing alliances and connections, a testament to the reach and influence of Great Zimbabwe. The tools discovered, the axes, the adzes, the carefully crafted implements, speak of a people skilled in stonework, in agriculture, in the delicate balance of sustaining life within a challenging environment. These weren't simply rough-hewn tools, they were crafted with care, a reflection of a society that valued precision and skill. The architecture itself is a slow, unfolding tale. The massive walls, built without mortar, stand as a monument to ingenuity and cooperation. Each stone precisely placed, a testament to the collective effort of a community working in unison. New discoveries are constantly refining our understanding of the building techniques, revealing the subtle nuances of their construction, the planning and expertise involved. As researchers peel back the layers of time, their findings subtly challenge some of the earlier interpretations. The narrative is becoming more complex, nuanced, less focused on the singular grandeur of kings and queens, and more on the everyday lives of the people who built and inhabited Great Zimbabwe. The sophisticated organization needed to construct such a site reveals a complex social structure, a system of leadership and governance far more sophisticated than previously imagined. The ongoing excavations reveal a vibrant city, a thriving center of commerce and culture, connected to a wider network of settlements and trade routes. It wasn't merely a royal residence, but a bustling hub of activity, a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of its inhabitants. The story continues to unfold, piece by painstaking piece, each discovery adding another layer of detail to a picture that is constantly evolving, a testament to the enduring power of the past and the tireless work of those who seek to understand it. Let the quiet rhythm of this unfolding story lull you into a peaceful sleep. Now, as the sun dips low on the horizon, let's imagine ourselves transported to Great Zimbabwe, not as it was centuries ago, but as it stands today. Picture this: the weathered stone, softened by the warm African sun, the gentle rustle of leaves in the breeze. It's a quiet place now, a far cry from the bustling city it once was, but its whispers still echo through the ages. Great Zimbabwe, you see, isn't just a collection of impressive ruins. It's a living testament to a remarkable civilization. It's a place carefully preserved, a sanctuary guarded not just by walls of granite, but by the dedication of many people working over many years. Imagine the countless hours spent meticulously clearing away debris, painstakingly restoring damaged walls, and gently coaxing the land back to life around the ancient structures. Think of the archaeologists, their brushes delicately uncovering secrets buried for centuries, their careful notes preserving the stories held within the stones. They've worked tirelessly, not just to repair the physical site, but to also protect its spirit, its essence. This dedication has earned Great Zimbabwe a place of immense global significance. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a designation that speaks volumes about its value to the world. It's not just a historical monument, it's a place of profound cultural heritage. Being a UNESCO World Heritage Site means it's recognized as possessing outstanding universal value, meaning its importance extends far beyond the borders of Zimbabwe itself, resonating with people across the globe. It's a place that connects us to our shared human past, reminding us of the ingenuity, resilience, and sophistication of civilizations long gone. As you drift off to sleep, perhaps you can imagine yourself walking through those ancient pathways. The towering walls, once vibrant with life and activity, now stand as silent sentinels, their grandeur whispering tales of a bygone era. The air is still, carrying only the sounds of nature, a gentle counterpoint to the echoes of the past. You feel a sense of peace, a connection to something ancient and powerful. The preservation efforts continue today, a constant, quiet work of love and respect. New generations of researchers and conservationists carry the torch, ensuring that Great Zimbabwe's story will continue to be told for centuries to come. Funding is constantly sought and carefully managed, ensuring that the site remains protected from the ravages of time and the elements. Strict regulations are in place to protect the delicate environment, to let the site breathe and age gracefully. Today, visitors from all corners of the world come to Great Zimbabwe, drawn by its mystique and historical significance. They come to walk amongst the stones, to feel the weight of history, to connect with a culture that flourished centuries ago. And as they stand within the ancient walls, a sense of awe washes over them, a deep appreciation for the enduring legacy of this extraordinary place. They understand, in that moment, the importance of preserving our history, not just for ourselves, but for generations to come. And as you let your eyelids grow heavy, remember that Great Zimbabwe, in all its quiet majesty, continues to stand as a powerful symbol of human achievement and cultural legacy, a place where the past meets the present, a whisper across the ages. Sleep now and dream of ancient stones and distant stars. Imagine, if you will, a land bathed in the warm glow of the African sun, a land where the air hums with the sounds of nature and the earth holds secrets whispered through centuries. This is the land of Great Zimbabwe, a place of immense stone structures that rise from the earth like ancient giants slumbering beneath the sky. For centuries, these majestic ruins stood silent, their stories lost to the sands of time, yet their presence a powerful testament to a forgotten civilization. As you drift off to sleep, let the image of these stones settle into your mind. They tell a tale of a people, a culture, who flourished in this land long ago. Great Zimbabwe wasn't just a collection of buildings. It was a vibrant hub, a center of trade, a place of sophisticated social organization. Think of the skilled hands that carefully carved and placed each stone, a testament to their artistry and dedication. Their precision and artistry, so evident in the walls and towers, tell us of advanced engineering skills and a deep understanding of their environment. These were not simply builders, they were architects of a civilization. Their achievements speak volumes about human ingenuity and resourcefulness. The sheer scale of the structures, the meticulous planning involved in their construction, reveals a society capable of immense collective effort and cooperation. Imagine the community spirit, the shared vision that brought these magnificent structures into existence. Picture the bustling markets within the city walls, filled with the sounds of bartering and the vibrant colors of traded goods. Gold, ivory, copper, and textiles flowed through the city's veins, connecting this remote civilization to a wider world. They were not isolated. They were connected to a network of trade routes that stretched across the continent, evidence of complex social interactions and far-reaching relationships. This exchange of goods and ideas fostered innovation and cultural growth. Great Zimbabwe wasn't just a fortress, it was a vital crossroads, a meeting point of different cultures and influences. The story of Great Zimbabwe reminds us of the rich tapestry of human history, the countless civilizations that have risen and fallen, each leaving behind its unique mark on the world. It reminds us that history isn't just about grand battles and powerful rulers. It's about the everyday lives of ordinary people, their struggles, their triumphs, their enduring legacy. The stones of Great Zimbabwe whisper of these lives, of generations who lived, loved, and labored within these ancient walls. And as the weight of the day melts away, let the lessons of Great Zimbabwe settle gently in your mind. It's a reminder of the power of human collaboration, of the ability to achieve great things when people work together. It's a testament to the enduring strength of culture, the resilience of human spirit. It's a story of a civilization that flourished, leaving behind a legacy etched in stone, a legacy that continues to inspire and intrigue us centuries later. Now, breathe deeply, let your body relax, and drift off to sleep, carrying the whispers of Great Zimbabwe with you into your dreams. The fire's embers glowed, casting long, dancing shadows on the cave walls. Outside, the wind whispered secrets only the ancient mountains understood. You, nestled in your furs, felt the slow, steady rhythm of your own breath, a counterpoint to the quiet hum of the night. Think of the countless nights like this, stretching back through millennia. Each one held its own mysteries, its own silent stories etched into the very fabric of time. Imagine a lone figure, silhouetted against a setting sun thousands of years ago. They stand on a hill overlooking a valley, much like this one perhaps, though the landscape has shifted and changed over the eons. What did they see? What did they feel? We can only guess. Their thoughts, their hopes, their fears, lost to the passage of time, yet their presence resonates faintly in the stones beneath our feet. We are connected to them, not by blood or name, but by the shared experience of being human, of walking this earth under the same indifferent sky. The enduring enigma of the past is not some grand dramatic event, but rather the accumulation of countless small moments. A whispered conversation, a hand placed on a shoulder, a tear shed in the darkness. These are the threads woven into the tapestry of our history, threads often too fine to see individually, but undeniable in their collective weight. Consider the forgotten crafts, the way a potter shaped clay into a vessel, the precise movements honed over years of practice, now lost except for the fragments we unearth. The songs sung around campfires, their melodies carried on the wind and then silenced, leaving only faint echoes in our imagination. The stories told, generation after generation, evolving with each retelling, losing details yet gaining new layers of meaning. Each lost detail is a whispered sigh from the past, a reminder of the fleeting nature of our mortal existence. The past is not a static entity, it's a living thing, constantly shifting and reforming in our minds. Our understanding of it changes with each new discovery, each reinterpretation of old evidence. We build narratives around what we find, striving to create meaning from the fragments. But some things remain stubbornly beyond our grasp. Some secrets lie buried deep, unreachable, leaving us with questions that will never be answered. And that's okay. The mystery itself is a powerful force, a gentle nudge towards introspection, a reminder of the boundless unknown. Let the quiet mystery of the unknown settle over you now. Feel the weight of time, the vastness of history, the delicate dance between what is known and what will always remain a whisper on the wind. Let the gentle rhythm of your breath lull you into a peaceful slumber. The stories of the past continue, even in silence, even in dreams. Sleep now, and let the mysteries of time unfold within you. The sun, a molten coin sinking below the horizon, paints the ancient city in hues of amber and rose. Dust motes, tiny dancers in the fading light, drift lazily in the still air. The sounds of the day, the clatter of carts, the calls of vendors, the laughter of children, slowly fade, replaced by a quiet hum, a gentle sigh of the settling earth. Imagine yourself there, if you will, standing on a rooftop overlooking the slumbering stone. The wind whispers through the narrow streets, a soft lullaby carried on the wings of twilight. The shadows lengthen, stretching like sleepy fingers across the weathered walls of houses built centuries ago. Each stone a silent witness to countless sunrises and sunsets. Think of the lives lived within those walls, the joys and sorrows, the whispered secrets and shared dreams. Each stone holds a memory, a tiny fragment of a vast, untold story. A lone owl calls from a distant tower, its cry a mournful yet beautiful sound that echoes through the stillness. The stars begin to prick the darkening sky, their light a faint counterpoint to the dying embers of the day. The air grows cooler, carrying the scent of night-blooming jasmine and the earthy fragrance of damp stone. The city is hushed now, a place of peaceful repose. The rhythmic pulse of life slows, its energy gently retreating into the quiet heart of the night. The only sounds are the soft rustle of leaves in the gentle breeze and the occasional creak of a door swinging shut in a distant house. Picture the moon, a pearl in the velvet sky, casting its silvery glow upon the sleeping city. Feel the gentle weight of sleepiness pressing upon your eyelids. Let the slow, measured rhythm of your breathing become one with the quiet pulse of the city. Imagine the stones themselves, cool and smooth beneath your fingertips, holding the weight of centuries, yet radiating a quiet peace. The city sleeps, a silent city of dreams. Let the image of that ancient city, bathed in the soft light of the moon, drift through your mind. Let the gentle sounds of the night, the whisper of the wind, the cry of the owl, lull you into a state of peaceful slumber. Inhale the cool night air. Exhale all your worries. Let the city's quietude become your own. The weight of the day releases its hold. You are surrounded by the soft embrace of tranquility. The past melts into the present flows into the quiet stillness of sleep. Feel the slow, even rhythm of your breath, a gentle ebb and flow, mirroring the quiet pulse of the ancient city, now lost in the sweet embrace of night. Drift away now, into the peaceful darkness, into the realm of dreams. Sleep well. The sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of fading rose and gentle lavender. Imagine yourself nestled deep within a valley, cradled by rolling hills that whisper secrets to the evening breeze. A forgotten kingdom sleeps here, its stones softened by centuries of wind and rain. You can almost hear the echoes of laughter from children playing in a sun-drenched square, long since reclaimed by nature. The city itself, a majestic collection of gray stone, stands silent now. Its towering walls, once proud sentinels against invading armies, are slowly yielding to the embrace of time. Ivy creeps along their weathered surfaces, weaving tapestries of green against the ancient gray. Wildflowers bloom in the cracks, their vibrant colors a stark contrast to the somber elegance of the ruins. A gentle owl hoots in the distance, its call a soft lullaby carried on the night air. The moon, a silvery disk in inky sky, casts long shadows that dance and sway across the slumbering city. These shadows are not menacing, but comforting, like the arms of a loving parent. They wrap around the crumbling walls, the silent streets, the forgotten homes. Picture a small, hidden courtyard, overgrown with fragrant herbs and flowering vines. A single weathered fountain still drips rhythmically, its water a steady, soothing rhythm against the stillness of the night. Imagine the cool water on your skin, the scent of jasmine and honeysuckle filling the air. The faintest whisper of wind rustles through the leaves overhead, a gentle sigh from the ancient trees that guard the city's secrets. Close your eyes now and feel the soft earth beneath you, cool and comforting. The air is thick with the scent of damp earth and the sweetness of blooming night flowers. You are safe here, protected by the very stones that have stood the test of time. The whispers of the wind carry the echoes of long-gone voices, stories of love, loss, and triumph. These are not sad stories, but tales of a life lived fully, a kingdom that once thrived under a different sun. The weight of centuries rests lightly upon your shoulders, a comforting pressure that soothes and calms. You are part of this landscape, connected to the earth, to the stones, to the very essence of this forgotten place. Let the gentle rhythm of the dripping fountain lull you into a deeper slumber. Let the whispers of the wind carry away any anxieties, any worries, leaving only peace and tranquility in their wake. The moon continues its silent vigil, watching over you as you drift into the sweetest of dreams. Dreams filled with the echoes of a forgotten kingdom, dreams of sun-drenched squares and hidden courtyards, dreams of a land where the past and the present intertwine in peaceful harmony. Sleep soundly. The city of stone keeps watch. Rest now, and let the echoes of the past guide you to peaceful slumber. Good night.